The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Fights loose. Still on his feet. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Mike 57. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Mike 57. I'm going from back to you. I'm going from back to you.
On first down, Darnold. Got an open man. It's Radley. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Throwing to start the drive. Love. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
To throw again. Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 30.
It's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Brown. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 30.
Quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Darnold, and able to get this. Brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Mike 57. Wildville.
On first down, Brown. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance, rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter. Brown. And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset. Draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down, it's Bell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking to throw. Love. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll toss it to Bell running left. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll give this to Bell running right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. He's got daylight. The 30, 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play, a pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Delta. Ready to go.
Back to throw. Love. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet. But right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A good run by Chubb on 1st down as he'll get about 6 yards there. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Hey, Haywood.
3rd and 2, Darnold. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Throwing to start the drive. Love, caught here by Bell. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Love. And that's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Down. 8-3. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Check nickel. Go!
From from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. Finding Green complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The carry here for the big tight end. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
He's checking. Crash. Red 80. 57. Mike 57.
And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert.
Check it backer.
To throw again on second down. Darnold, he's going to air one out for Anderson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. He will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The Browns drive about to get started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
57, come on. Switch up. Hey, check this out.
Running right, here's Brown. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
son.
57 to Mike. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Hey, watch the slam. Watch the slam. Big ass, big ass, big ass.
Darnold on first down. Flush to his right. It's caught by OBJ. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Yo, son. 57. Hey,
57 to Mike.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. Under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. Geno Atkins got home that time.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mike, lady. Here we go, here we go. Hey, exit.
Third and long, it's Darnold. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
57 to Mike.
Don't say nothing.
They'll run on first down. Brown. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Now it's Darnold. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively, pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. Seibert's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. On 1st and 10, Love. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Love. And the pressure gets to him again. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. That's complete. It's Bell.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable here for Davis. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They defer to Brown to start the drive. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Right back to Brown. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Bell, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a 1st down. On first down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong.
And he's in! Touchdown, Bengals! Le'Veon Bell. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Prater for the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brown. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And now here's another interception. William Jackson with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Love. He completes it to Boyd. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Bell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run. Well, the Bengals, they widen their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here's Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, Delta.
57's Mike.
Back to throw, Darnold. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back.
15 Lonnie. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Attack.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Bengals, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.